welcome to This Day. It is Wednesday and it is October 26th. We have a couple of meetings for you today. At 9:30 this morning, we have the United Maintenance and Construction Committee that will be in the boardroom. And then at 3 o'clock this afternoon, we have the Third Mutual Town Hall that will be in Clubhouse 2 in the Sequoia Room. On our show today, we have a brand new doctor that is with Harvard Eye Associates, Dr. Ashraf Ahmad, and he's here to introduce himself and talk a little bit about cataracts and some other specialties that he has. Then we talked to Lonnie Painter from the Cannabis Club. There is a measure on the ballot that he wants to remind us about and educate us as to what it all means for the city of Laguna Woods. All right, let's take a look at our weather. Well, pleasant skies. We don't seem to have too many clouds. We have a couple of high clouds today. Not as clear as it has been, but nonetheless, we are looking at reasonable temperatures this week. 72-58, 73-58, 73-59. Warming up a bit on Saturday, 75-60, and then Sunday, 74-61. Our sunrise this morning was at 7:05, and our sunset will be at 6:04. And I'll start the reminder now. We're going to roll our clocks back November 6th at 2 a.m. or before you go to bed the night before. So definitely will remind you as time goes on. All right, a couple of announcements. The tennis courts this week, tennis courts 1 through 8 are closed from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. as they are having a tennis club champion play. So for more information about that, please call 949-268-2481. And then tomorrow is the contractors open house. And if you want more information about that, as to where it is and what's happening, is you want to call Maintenance and Construction at 949-597-4616. All right, when we come back, we will have Dr. Ahmad, and he's from Harvard Eye Associates, so stay tuned.
Now at LA Carpet & More, you can transform your old bath into a new walk-in bathtub or shower in as little as 2 days. Plus, save 50% off and get 5 years 0% financing. It's easy, affordable, and fast. With 35 years in business and serving over 300,000 satisfied customers. Call 800-684-4100 for an appointment or visit one of our showrooms.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
The California Attorney General, Ron Bonta, issued a consumer alert on hearing aids sold over the counter or online. Quote, while hearing aids sold online or over the counter may appear to be more cost effective than traditional hearing aids, they may not properly address your particular hearing loss needs, or they may be outright scams. He goes on to say, get checked by a licensed hearing professional and beware of misleading claims. Call Advanced Ear Care today for answers on over-the-counter hearing aids and options. Tell them Stuart sent you.
Who is RadNet? You've probably heard our name and seen our commercials, but you still might not know who we are. RadNet is the largest provider of outpatient imaging services in the United States, with over 8,000 employees and almost 400 imaging centers in 7 states. Likely, if you have had diagnostic imaging, you have experienced RadNet's high-quality, cost-effective imaging services. With 35 years of expertise, RadNet is leading into the future with advanced technology and the very latest AI technology. We are positioned for the future of healthcare. RadNet, leading radiology forward.
Village Television presents Friday Films, only on Village Television. Fridays at 2 and 6 p.m. Foreign films, dramas, and comedies. Award-winning films, romance and mystery. Independent films. Every Friday, only on Village Television.
At Harvard Eye Associates,
we are committed to your vision care
and quality of life.
It's a commitment we don't take lightly.
Our trusted team of doctors provides specialized eye care using state-of-the-art technology.
We deliver what matters to you
and your family.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
As I mentioned, we have Dr. Ashraf Ahmad here, who is here on behalf of Harvard Eye Associates, and he's brand new to the practice. Well, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much, Lisa.
So how long have you been out here with Harvard Eye?
Yeah, so actually, I'm originally from the Midwest. That's where I did the bulk of my training, actually. And I've just been in Orange County for about 1.5 years now.
Wow. So what lured you out here?
Fellowship training, actually. So I did my internship at the Cleveland Clinic, and then I did my residency in ophthalmology at Case Western Reserve.
Okay.
And then came out here, fortunately, for my fellowship in cornea, cataract, and refractive surgery at UC Irvine.
Oh, gotcha. And you just never left.
Never left. I knew from the moment I got here, I'm staying.
Of course, of course. Who wouldn't, right?
Yes.
I mean, compared to some of the Midwest weather, you certainly can't be here. Well, that's excellent. So why did you specialize in this particular area?
Well, I found that I can really make a huge impact on patients' lives, specifically in this. And during training, I knew that my favorite thing to do was cataract surgery.
Wow.
And so that was the draw, and I stuck with it.
Yeah, well, it seems like most of us will end up with a cataract or two, and it seems likely that you will be in business for quite some time.
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, cataracts are sort of this inevitable thing that we all get from having more birthdays, and that's just sort of the natural progression.
Now, is it also something that, can being exposed to sun also contribute?
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Aging, sun, and there's a lot of other risk factors, but most commonly, those are the two.
Okay, well, you have some slides for us, so let's take a look at that. Now, basically, you are talking to us a little bit about what a cataract is and how it develops.
Yeah, so if we take a look at the first photo there, actually, that's showing you the normal anatomy. And so behind the colored part of the eye, you have this clear lens. Mm-hmm. Over time, that clear lens becomes cloudy, and that's what we call a cataract.
Okay. All right, perfect. And then the next slide then talks to us about what some of the phases are.
Yes, and so because this change can be so gradual, oftentimes patient may not even notice that they're having visual decline or symptoms, but for those that do notice symptoms, typically they're going to complain of glare, halos, trouble driving at night. Oftentimes they'll come from their optometry offices where they were told, we can't really correct your vision beyond what it is right now with glasses because of the cataract. And so that's when people start to sort of think about, maybe I should have cataract surgery now.
Wow. Well, and then on the right, you have different sources of light, which is, interesting because it starts small and then it just sort of spreads.
Yeah, and these are more apparent typically at night. So if you're driving and you're looking at the oncoming cars and you're looking at their headlights, you may see some halos or starbursts, which is consistent with a cataract.
Well, what else would cause that? I mean, because I don't think I have a cataract, and sometimes I see those little starbursts.
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. So fluctuation in your dry eye can cause that as well, and that's probably the leading cause.
Gotcha. Got it. Okay, good. So the next one now talks about an implant.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and so this is just looking at standard cataract surgery. Essentially what we do is we go into the eye, we remove the cloudy lens, and we replace it with a brand new clear lens. Wow. And that's true for any cataract surgery.
Okay, and what is that lens made of?
Most of them are acrylic. Some of them can be silicone or PMMA, but the majority of lenses that we're using nowadays are acrylic.
And how often does the eye ever reject that?
No. So
it doesn't.
Yeah, once we put an implant in, we want to keep it in there. There are some reasons why we go in there and remove it or replace it. But for the majority of patients, once we do it once, we leave it in there.
Okay. Now, I have talked several times to Dr. Hovannessian, and he talks all about, how the implant has like this little arm or a leg or whatever you call it. So in this next slide, it sort of shows, what do those little, what do you call those?
Those are called haptics.
Okay.
They're basically the arms coming off of the lens, and that's how the lens gets its stability so that it's not moving around inside the eye.
Isn't that amazing? Do they do that? They don't do that for cataracts, not cataract, LASIK, right?
No, LASIK, we're not even going inside the eye.
It's just the laser on the eye itself.
On the surface of the eye.
No lens, okay.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Okay, then here's another one which I think is really interesting, is the light adjustable lens. So what does that do?
Yeah, so actually that's what I was really excited to talk to you about today. And so if we kind of backtrack a little bit in terms of traditional cataract surgery, when we put a lens in the eye, we can't really change that prescription after the fact.
Okay.
And so if a patient wanted a little bit more near vision in one eye or a little bit more distance vision in one eye, we can't really do that without any surgical intervention. And so With the light adjustable lens, this is a brand new technology which offers us that flexibility. And so for patients who are looking to really fine tune and hone in on their best vision, we can actually offer that after the fact. And so this is the first of its kind implant where we can make adjustments after we've implanted the lens in the eye.
Of course, I'm looking at this thinking, oh, wait, great. Your eyes can actually have permanent sunglasses because it says, UV light exposure, and I'm thinking, oh, well, no, but that's not that at all.
No, that's not that at all. No,
okay.
no. So the way that we change the prescription to give you what you're desiring in terms of visual outcomes is we apply this UV exposure, UV light in the clinic.
Okay, got
And so that's the way that we change the shape of the lens to give you your outcomes.
Isn't that interesting? So the actual implant that you'd use, did you say you would have had cataract surgery and then you can come back
Correct.
and you can have it adjusted with this particular lens
With
only?
the light adjustable lens only.
I see.
Yes.
And how long has that been out?
That's been out for a couple of years now.
Okay.
It's been becoming more mainstream because patients are absolutely loving it.
Wow, that's great. Does insurance cover this one?
Unfortunately not. Anytime we're talking about custom vision, insurance kind of takes a back seat. Yeah. But for patients who are really looking for certain advantages, for example, really honing in on the vision that they want, astigmatism correction is sort of built in with this lens as well, so that's an additional advantage.
Okay.
And for patients who are kind of wanting to trial out a little bit of range in between the two eyes for after surgery, this is a great option.
That's pretty cool that you can do the astigmatism correction.
Yes.
Because normally when you have just cataract surgery, you definitely can't
With the
fix
basic
that, right?
lens, which is covered by insurance, it won't correct astigmatism. But with this lens, you get a pretty decent amount of astigmatism correction.
So would that mean then if you have cataract surgery, you would still need some sort of glasses because of the astigmatism?
Potentially. We can never say we're going to be glasses free, but this does give us the ability to try to minimize your need for glasses in the postoperative period.
Okay, and here's where the sunglasses come in, is what to expect after surgery.
Yeah. So basically, for any lens, the surgery is the same. We're not really making any changes there. But for the light adjustable lens, the only differences that come into play are after surgery. And so what that means for the patient is because the technology in the lens depends on UV exposure, we don't want any extraneous UV exposure, for example, from the sun. And so for about 4 to 6 weeks after surgery, we want you wearing sunglasses to make sure there's no uncontrolled UV exposure that's going to affect the outcome of that lens.
Right.
And then once you've had your treatments done and your lens locked in, then you're free to go from the glasses perspective, from the sunglasses.
That is great. That's good stuff. Now, I know you said you've only been there a few months, or about how long? A few months or a year?
With Harvard Eye, actually just since August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
But we did a ton of these in fellowship.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm wondering, did they already have you doing surgery at Harvard Eye now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For
Piece
sure.
of cake.
Yeah.
In and out. Well, that's awesome. Anything else you'd like to share with us?
No, I'm just really excited to be here. I'm really excited to be, providing care to patients in Orange County, and I look forward to seeing everybody.
All right. Perfect. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. If you want more information about Harvard Eye, you can certainly get in touch with them at the number that's on your screen, or you go to harvardeye.com. We'll be right back.
At Harvard Eye, we're so happy to be open again to see you for all your medical and surgical eye care. We're taking great care to protect everyone from COVID-19 by seeing fewer patients, spacing out chairs in our lobby, sanitizing our office constantly, and doing much more. The world is changing a lot, but what hasn't changed is we're honored by your trust and confidence and committed to keeping you safe. We can't wait to see you.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From our delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials, at 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio, or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Laguna Niguel Hyundai used car sales event is going on now. Save now on over 250 used cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. All makes, all models, all priced from $20,000 or less. Plus, we'll buy your current car, paid for or not, including lease buyouts with top dollar paid on the spot. Shop online anytime at LagunaNiguelHyundai.com at the 5 freeway at Avery Parkway.
Hello, Laguna Woods. I would like to invite you to watch our new television show called Inspiration for Today. It's on every weekday morning right here on Channel 6 at 7:30 a.m. Saddleback Church of Laguna Woods hopes to start your day with encouraging stories, inspirational music, and lots of laughs too. Remember, Saddleback Church meets weekly in Clubhouse 5 at 9 and 11. We would love to serve you a free breakfast and have you join with us for worship.
How do you comfort a family who's experienced a loss? At O'Connor Mortuary, we start by welcoming them into our space, where families of all faiths and cultures belong. We allow them the time to process their grief, providing guidance when it's needed and listening intently when it's not. We gather the values, the stories, the relationships, and the dreams together and use them to shape the memory of their loved one into a beautiful experience they'll cherish forever. When your family is in need of true comfort, call O'Connor Mortuary.
Welcome back. Well, we have Lonnie Painter here, who is the president of the Cannabis Club. Well, welcome back. How are you?
Well, thank you. I'm doing good. Yeah.
Good to see you. And, you know, the last time we talked all about, you know, what the Cannabis Club is, what are some of the advantages of cannabis, and vice versa for those people who, you know, are looking to maybe get off some of their pain medication, because it can be useful for lots of different things. So this time we're going to talk about a ballot measure that's coming up on the November 8th ballot called Measure T. Tell me what that's all about.
Well, Measure T is just to enable the city to put this cannabis tax in place. It's a range of options from, you know, so much per square foot, so much for sales. But the idea is the city realizes sometime in the future they're going to have to allow a cannabis business in Laguna Woods.
Okay.
So this maybe is a way to get ready for that. So it's quite involved, you know, several pages. Whenever you read these things, it can be a little confusing. Mm-hmm. But it's a method for the city to bring in some funds for its general fund to use it for whatever they desire.
Right.
And there's been estimates that the city will bring in anywhere from $400,000 to $700,000 a year.
Oh.
And that's a lot of money for our city.
Exactly.
So we really need people to vote yes on this.
Right.
But it's also just a general health care issue, because there are some diseases that can be mostly treated by cannabis that some of the pharmaceuticals won't work.
Yeah.
But now if you have one of these problems and you need cannabis, you have to drive to Santa Ana or take that bus that comes in and gives the free ride. I understand that's about a 3-hour trip because you have to listen to presentations, you know.
Oh, interesting.
So, and to me, it's ununderstandable why the city so far has not allowed this, even though they had a vote a couple years ago and more than half the people who voted said, yes, we want a cannabis business here. We don't want to have to drive, you know, to Santa Ana.
Right.
And maybe Costa Mesa. I think Costa Mesa may be allowing some.
Right.
But the big problem is cities that won't allow cannabis businesses. So this whole industry has been set up, you know, thousands of growers. But legally, most of them got no place to sell their products, and they're just all backed up. Prices for the legal industry is crashing, and it's because cities won't allow it.
Well, now, I understood that the city of Santa Ana, you know, they obviously have a few dispensaries there and they get their taxes. However, at the beginning, it was very difficult for the businesses to flourish, primarily because they had to keep cash on hand. So they had safes and they were, storing thousands and thousands of dollars of cash. And that was, very difficult for them. But now the banks have been working with them, correct?
No.
Oh, still not.
Yeah, that's still the problem.
Oh, wow.
That the banks won't be involved in it because it's federally illegal.
Right. So maybe that's where we all need to start, right? Is at the federal level, which I know many people are trying to do. So let me ask you, how did Measure T get on the ballot in the first place?
It was actually the city council who put it on.
Okay.
Yeah. And so all the city council except one voted yes on this when they, had their own debates within and then voted on it. So we only had one city council member, Carol Moore, who was a no vote. The rest of them all wanted it passed.
Okay. And how many city councils? There's what, 6?
5?
5 or 6?
5 or
okay.
6, yeah.
Okay. So it's on the ballot. And it's one of the measures that many of the Laguna Woods residents, not necessarily just in the village, but all of Laguna Woods, will be, voting on. So if it's a yes vote, then what's the next step?
Well, so it will not automatically allow a business. So that's a separate issue.
I see.
But if it passes, our belief is that the city council will then decide to bring the actual measure up to allow a cannabis business.
Okay.
I mean, there's no guarantee that that will happen, but that's what we believe from listening to different city council members.
Okay. All right. So this is just a step in the right direction. And then the next time we have some voting, would it be 2024?
Yeah.
Or would it be before that?
Right,
Nobody knows.
2024.
2024. So
Yeah.
then you're looking at a few years down the road. So it is a process, which, of course, Laguna Woods isn't the only city that has gone through this, but at least it's, obviously a step in the right direction for your purposes.
Yes.
So, so let's talk a little bit about the Cannabis Club as a whole. You do lots of education?
We have, in the past, COVID and Prop 64. So we not only had the club, we had our collective. We had a grow site in Northern California. We had our own CO2 extraction site.
Right.
We had lots of advisors in the scientific community.
Yeah.
I had learned how to make these different cannabis medicines, and I became quite knowledgeable. And we worked with people here in the village. It's not so simple just taking some kind of cannabis and being cured. It can be a process trying to find what works. Different doses. Sometimes high doses make things worse. Low doses can be better. And so without the knowledge, people are going to have a hard time trying to find what really works.
Well, right. And it's been my understanding that when you do go into some of those places that are in Santa Ana, they actually are very knowledgeable and they can generally help you find something. But I think if you were to help advise and let them know what to ask for, it won't be so overwhelming when you walk in there.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of ideas that are false. One of the biggest one, and these dispensaries will tell patients this, and it's just a marketing thing now, is that there's a difference between indica and sativa. And so they'll tell you one is good for night, the other's good for day. So they can sell you 2 different ones, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So it gets real complicated. We have a meeting next month on the 6th, I think it's a Sunday, and we'll have a video from a talk at the International Association of Cannabinoid Medicine about what's the problem with CBD. There's lots of problems with it. People need to learn about this and come to the meeting, watch the video, learn something about CBD and how it's turned into a big scam.
Oh boy. Well,
has great potential,
sure,
but not as it's being used.
Okay. Well, very interesting. Well, great information. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Vote yes on Measure T.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
If you want more information about the Cannabis Club or Measure T, you can always call Lonnie at the number that's on your screen, or you can go to cityoflagunawoods.org/Measure T. We'll be right back.
Laguna Niguel Hyundai used car sales event is going on now. Save now on over 250 used cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. All makes, all models. All price from $20,000 or less. Plus, we'll buy your current car, paid for or not, including lease buyouts with top dollar paid on the spot. Shop online anytime at LagunaNiguelHyundai.com at the 5 freeway at Avery Parkway.
You want to learn more about money and investments? Do you wish there was a safe place to get all your financial questions answered? Well, now there is. The Financial Forum Club meets with a group of your peers in an educational setting that's informal and fun. We discuss and exchange ideas on today's topics and trends on markets and investments. The club meets the last Tuesday of every month at Clubhouse 5, Room 1 from 3 to 5 p.m. Come see what the Financial Forum is all about. Get all your financial questions answered by experts. You'll be glad you did.
Hey, beach walkers, grandkid chasers, stair climbers, dance lovers, weekend warriors, and yogis. Your life demands activity, and joint pain shouldn't hold you back. Get personalized joint care that's as unique as you, with high satisfaction rates to prove it. At Memorial Care, your joint replacement patient navigator will be by your side, helping you safely return to more. Like another beach, extra hug, and one more song. More from life is calling with Memorial Care.
I'm Dr. Bobby Awadala, double board certified dermatologist and Mohs surgeon, and I'd like to introduce you to Skin Credible Dermatology and Surgery. We perform general dermatology, including skin checks, suspicious spots or moles, and other skin problems. Plus, we have the highest cure rate for skin cancer removal. Our state-of-the-art facility is top of the line with industry-leading lasers and cutting-edge cosmetic products. Our goal is to turn back the years with a natural, beautiful look. Visit our website or give us a call to book your appointment today.
Well, we don't have time to preview our movies today, so we'll do it for you tomorrow. And then let's take a look at our weather before we head out to enjoy the rest of our beautiful Wednesday. We are looking at 72-58, 73-58, 73-59, 75-16, 74-61. Have a great day today. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on Village Television at 9 a.m. Bye-bye.
At OC Eye Care, we have the highest graded technology for your eye care needs.
The technology was very impressive. The reason I say that is because I had gone to a previous optometrist. It looked completely different than the equipment I was looking at.
I was really surprised by the quality of the equipment that Dr. V has in his office. He's got several different ways to look into your eye. He's very up to date with technology, and yeah, I'm just really happy that I found him.